these two on the stream.
Yeah,
So,
I myself haven't actually streamed in a little bit. I had Zoom to do the last couple of streams, but I'm happy to be back now.
Well, either way, we're going to be starting things off with a little bit of an unorthodox matchup, right? You don't really see too much Syl versus Mollo. These two characters, relatively speaking, underplayed in comparison to a lot of other characters in the cast. So we're going to be seeing some very interesting interactions here, starting things off on Forest Floor. So Pinden going to be rocking a Sylv, ShenShaun on the Mollo, which we're not always seeing from him, but either way, it's still going to be working out just fine for making it all the way to Novice top 3.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's kind of funny, because, like, you say this is an uncommon matchup, and you are 100% correct. I can only think of, like, one high-level example of this happening, at least in North America. But these are the kinds of matchups that, if you want to do well in Recess and RAS nowadays, you gotta be ready for it, because there are quite a few Mollos putting in work at the level.
Oh yeah, I mean, some parts of this is less of, oh yeah, you can't just be ready to just play against the common matchups. It's more of just, you need to practice all of your basics, all of the fundamentals, really. So right here, we're seeing ShenShaun getting a lot of damage off onto Pinden. See a lot of howls, a lot of moves being thrown out, but not much in terms of the kills just yet between these two.
Yeah, Pinden's exciting. We're already seeing a little bit of that coming out with these upstrongs, where if he can't find that kill super early on, he does start to swing really hard.
Yeah, meanwhile, we're seeing tons and tons of swing. Just as you said, first blood goes over to Pinden, and the bat almost knocks it out of the park for ShenShaun, but not going to be able to do it just yet. Still looking for a way to lead into that kill. Up air, up strong, not going to do it just yet.
Lots of close calls here, even on the smaller top last zone of Forest Floor, Sylv is heavy enough to hang on just long enough.
Right now, one thing I do want to know is Pinden's just going for so many of these howls. If there's an HOA in the area, they would absolutely be complaining about that. You see that ShenShaun still struggling to find that first kill. Meanwhile, Pinden's just going to continue to rack up damage, hit after hit. No parry on the bomb just yet, but there it is, the first kill for ShenShaun, getting even up that stock count.
We're seeing ShenShaun trying to keep that pressure on, get a lot of this low percent damage racked up. It's pretty hard to find the kill, both as Mollo and against Sylv, but both these characters have the tools needed to take a lot of damage early on.
Yeah, I mean, we've got the bombs starting to get set up. We've got the damage starting to come on out here. ShenShaun definitely not going to be taking anything lying down here, but down tilt to start things off. Solid back airs to get the Sylv off stage, but not much follow-up there. It's just very piecemeal hits again and again. Nothing too long, nothing too deadly.
Double hits with the firecracker.
Oh, and there's the first parry coming out from ShenShaun on to these howls. As I said before, right, Pinden's been howling again and again at all hours of the day, all hours of the night, but either way, ShenShaun only got that one punish there, and the bomb going to be able to take that one in return. Means that the Mollo still does not have control. Uptron looking to change things up a bit.
Yeah, it's much more even now. We did actually almost see ShenShaun also carry the pedal wave earlier, but as a player like Pinden needs to be throwing out a lot of these doing pools. Parry is really useful against that if there's not much of a kind of mix-up to keep in mind. And with Sylv's projectiles, that isn't always going to be the case.
Absolutely, but right now, one of the other characteristic things from Sylv that we're seeing is lots and lots of damage coming on out. ShenShaun still looking to find those timings for the parries on these, pedal waves, but it's just barely off each time. So it's a question as to whether or not it'll truly work out in the end. Alright, back air gonna get parried by Pinden here. Up strong, no. Looks for the up tilt from ShenShaun here. And now still both of these players looking to rack up a little bit more damage so they can finally get those kills. Up air not gonna connect though. Oh my god. Dash attack into the bat's a crazy option coming out from ShenShaun here, but we're still seeing more and more damage slowly being racked up. Flashbang not working out in ShenShaun's favor. Pinden gonna take that one straight to the bank and cash it right on in.
Yep, that's gonna be game one, going over to Pinden. Being said, these are all best of fives, as will the main bracket test later on. Everything's gonna be best of five tonight, so still lots of chances for anything to happen here. Just a second. Make sure I was apparently in the wrong replay folder. Yeah.
No worries, no worries.
That was the right set, or the right game, but yeah.
Okay. Cool, cool. All right, so, well, either way, so game number one going to be going over to Pinden. Still relatively close. We saw that ShenShaun was getting that adaptation bit by bit. Meanwhile, game number two going from home stage for Syl to home stage for Mollo. Blazing Rail is our stage of choice here. Lots and lots of plat dropping capabilities here. We're not really seeing too much of it coming out from ShenShaun just yet. The parries on the house already making a huge difference though.
Yeah, this is certainly a stage that's going to enable extra mobility from ShenShaun, which, you know, Mollo is a character that, for as much as he is known for his bombs and his zoning, does still love the scrap, and is going to be a lot better at it himself.
I mean, this is Rivals. We don't really have any true zoners, so characters like Mollo are phenomenal at forcing you to approach with all of these bombs, with all these projectiles, and once you're there, they got boxing options out the wazoo, right?
Exactly.
So Howl down strong once again from Pinden. It's just the tried, the true, the up strong right into that blast zone.
And it is, and I mean, I know you play with Zoolander a lot because you're in the same region. Pinden does learn, has learned a lot about this character from Zoolander, so maybe seeing some similar traits. A little mini Zoolander in some ways.
Maybe. Howl's a little bit more than what we might see from some of the other Syls, but either way, Upstrong's out the wazoo seem to be working out just fine. Right? Pinden looking to make a name for himself here. Meanwhile, ShenShaun in a lot of trouble, still trying to find a way to even up that stock count, but instead has been fully lapped in percent, sitting at triple digits now on the second stock.
I've seen a lot of these like Upstrongs come out from ShenShaun, but it's been really difficult to actually find the kills with them. And the top last one on the stage is fairly large, like trending towards that larger half of stages. So that's just going to make it even harder to find those kills, but that finisher bomb was very well placed.
Absolutely, but right now still needs to find a way how to even out the stock. No, it is going to be the chomp there, and ShenShaun in a lot of trouble here. Meanwhile, Pinden just going to be very, very happy with how this game's been going. You know, a celebratory howl for another stock taken, but once again looking for these long-range normals to keep on racking up that damage.
The name of the game here for Pinden, especially having the lead. Just keep ShenShaun out for most of the game should be not impossible for him to make that comeback. But you never know. Mollo does always have his double dunks up his sleeve, and that is the one thing you really need to be wary of when playing this character.
Yeah, I mean, we might be seeing some forward air shenanigans here and there, but in the meantime, it's just going to be bombs into bombs into bombs. ShenShaun just trying to make something happen, but Pinden now with slightly more damage onto the Mollo is starting to fish for these Upstrongs again. Alright, the bomb throws from ShenShaun just forward again and again, but speaking of the forward air shenanigans I said earlier, right, yeah, we get the one to even out the stock, but oh, in a little bit of trouble, going to be able to dodge out, not going to get hit by his own bomb just yet, but in the meantime, ShenShaun just looking to try to rack up as much damage as possible. We got double firecrackers on deck, the forward air into another firecracker pop. This pocket sand not going to amount to too much, and Pinden has another lease at life here, but ShenShaun now full control, full momentum.
Yeah, it's gonna get a little scary here if ShenShaun can't really find his footing super quickly. Both these players kind of knocking on that door. but it's going to be a lot easier for Pinden to find that kill right now if I had to say so
Ooh.
just like that.
I mean, you were just talking about the opportunity, and Pinden, it's almost as if he could hear you, you know, gonna take that mid-set coaching and immediately find that kill the moment after you brought it up there. But here we go. Frozen Gates is the stage of choice for game number 3. Honestly, I don't hate it too much. There was a lot of missed opportunities with the plat drops on the Blazing Rail game here. Meanwhile, ShenShaun, you know, just looking to find more opportunities to get damage off with these bombs, not looking to box too much, but the parry's already starting to come through.
Yeah, nice clean 40% on Pinden. But still is able to match and far surpass that damage with right.
What a triangle dash!
I'd really love to see Pinden try to go for more, like, aggressive offstage plays rather than trying to go for these shock attack reads at ledge. There's, like, so many times where Sylv can just kind of let the fairs rip and turn that into, like, more fairs or used other aerials.
Yeah, meanwhile, ShenShaun going to be looking to turn that finisher into more damage, more stocks, more knockback here, and it's been taking a bit of time for the Moth to really get rolling, but right now, ShenShaun seems to be fully locked in. Okay, never mind.
ShenShaun is like one of the more interesting players in this rack in a lot of ways. Like even on a secondary, I mean, even when he is playing his main, let alone a secondary, I would say he's one of the better players in Massive Recess right now. But he tends to have such like a sort of goofy, playful, you know, way that he plays the game. You see like a huge variety of plays from him just because he like is so prone to messing around and going for the cool stuff.
Yeah, where it's like a lot of the time it's, hey, let's go for something good, and then every once in a while it's like, hey, this would be really funny though.
Yeah.
Which honestly, I live and die by that. I totally agree. But either way, right now, Pinden not looking to play around at all, looking to try to get the lead and try as he might. It is going to succeed here, and a huge start with the finisher on stock number 3.
He's blowing himself up with his own finisher. ShenShaun, what are you doing?
ShenShaun pops into the chat, immediately pops a finisher into his own face.
Oh, there's another up strong. Kind of those things can be fairly reactable, but something about that line of animation makes it really awkward to parry in such a higher situation. You're seeing ShenShaun fail to make that.
I mean, we see a lot of ideas, a lot of cooking coming out from the Mollo here, but not gonna pan out as Pinden going to be moving on to, I believe,